Hello, everyone. Thanks so much for logging on to CBS in Denver. I'm Michael Spencer, chatting with Kim Miller, the Vice President of Programs for RISE, the Ross Initiative in Sports for Equality. Kim, thanks so much for joining us today. Your program has obviously gotten a lot of notoriety as of late. Tell us a little bit about RISE and what you guys do.
Absolutely. Well, one, thank you so much for having me today on behalf of RISE. Really do appreciate it. RISE is a nonprofit organization. We're a national nonprofit headquartered in New York, and we've been around since 2015. So just a little over 5 years at this point, and we are all about how can we end racial discrimination, really champion social justice as it intersects with race and improve race relations. We work in the heart of the sports industry, as young as middle school all the way into the pros. So it's a lot about education, empowering people to use their voice, use their platform to do more to make change in their communities.
Here in the Denver area, you guys have teamed up with Justin Simmons and the Broncos Boys and Girls Club specifically. You guys have done a lot, and I know that they have really enjoyed the partnership that you guys have had. Tell us a little bit about that partnership specifically with the Broncos Boys and Girls Club and what that has meant to RISE and what you think it's meant to the community here in Denver.
Yeah, it has been awesome working with the Denver Broncos and then the Boys and Girls Club there of Metro Denver. The partnership came together, wow, maybe 9 months ago or so, as we plan to do our multi-week program. And that multi-week program really takes the young people as well as the adults working within the club that we're working at from the Boys and Girls Club standpoint to learn about key topics and build skills. So we talk about bias, we talk about perspective taking, we talk about privilege, which can be a really touchy subject. And we're really working with them to build up those skills so that they can be leaders. The participants in the program were already a part of a leadership program as a part of the Boys and Girls Club. So they were natural leaders, and we helped to enhance that, build their cultural competency skills. Having the Denver Broncos as a part of it, and Justin Simmons in particular, was tremendous, right? You have somebody that they look up to, somebody they see on TV, who is relatable, connected to the community, and it made a tremendous difference in the program. They were truly connected to Justin and vice versa. Justin has done work with that club beyond just this program, which took place over about 9 weeks.
You guys had a program over the last couple of days, the Super Bowl Leadership Program. What was the goal of that specific initiative?
Well, for that initiative, we took some of our localized programs, like the one in Denver, and brought it together with others across the country, and really took some standout leaders as a part of that program that came together, working with their peers at the middle, high school level. We also had some college age participants in the program, where it was now like, how can they apply what they've learned in programming? So they actually thought about what changes we can do in our community that will help to address discrepancies when it comes to education system in particular. And they talked about this March for Peace that was already being planned as a part of that. And we really helped them to think about what you learned in the program, the skills that you built in the program, and how can you take that in the community. So it was tremendous to see them over the last couple of months here now say, now we've learned these skills, we've increased our knowledge in these areas, how are we actually applying it? And really excited for the March for Peace that they will be doing locally there in Denver coming up this spring.
Yeah, that's coming up in April in the Montbello neighborhood. Going to be something awesome. I know Justin Simmons is going to be a part of that. Yes. Kim, from your perspective, what is it like to have a guy like Justin Simmons, who obviously is known as an NFL player, but people here in Denver know him as well as an advocate, not only for RISE, but for other initiatives, and for somebody who is really advocating for change in social justice issues? What's it like to have him be a part of this?
It has been great to have Justin be a part of it, the part of the program there locally, as well as engaging in the national work that we did around the Super Bowl programming. He is authentic, right? He speaks from the heart. He shared stories about challenges that he experienced in high school as well as present day. And that makes all the difference, right? Like, people want to be connected. They want to know that somebody cares about them. And with Justin, like, he truly does care. He's offered up his time week after week. It's not something that we are able to see from players very often, that they're able to be a part of a program for consecutive weeks. with the pandemic, being able to join by Zoom, I think it made that a bit more possible. But at the end of the day, it was Justin's commitment. So it was tremendous to think that these young people know a pro player on that level. They actually even interviewed him as a part of the program. It is really awesome. And I think it enhanced their leadership skills. And I think if you'd asked Justin, it improved his as well.
Kim, for people who want to get involved and want to know more about Rise, how can they do that?
I absolutely recommend visiting our website, which is risetowin.org. And that is a great place for resources, find out our latest programs. Also follow us on social media. We're on all your standard platforms. You think of Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. That's a great way to get involved. We have what's called a digital learning series that gives any viewer the possibility to go out and do some activities. Think about how that applies to yourself and other work that you do. We work in the sports space, we work in education. So it's a great way, particularly at this time in our nation's history, to quickly get involved, take action, and see how you can apply it. We'd love to expand our work with you and the local market there.
She's Kim Miller. Kim, thanks so much for joining us today.
Thank you very much for having me, Michael. I appreciate it.
And thank you for logging on to CBS in Denver.